What's up, Lakers Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our exclusive Lakers updates, rumors, and trade news. Now, today, we've got a lot to talk about. This is one of those episodes you won't want to skip because we're diving into the Los Angeles Lakers' updated trade targets following the recent Dorian Finney-Smith trade. I know a lot of you have been wondering how the Lakers will respond to the shifting dynamics in the league, especially as the West has gotten so much more competitive in recent weeks. So let's dive right into it. If you've been following along, you know that Dorian Finney-Smith, a player widely recognized for his defensive prowess and three-point shooting ability, was recently traded in a deal that sent shockwaves through the NBA. Now, the Lakers didn't directly make a move for him, but the trade could have significant ripple effects that impact how LA approaches the rest of the season. Finney-Smith is exactly the type of player the Lakers have been linked to in trade rumors for quite some time, a versatile 3-and-D wing who can guard multiple positions and spread the floor. With teams like the Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks, and Denver Nuggets all making serious moves, it's clear that the Lakers are going to have to get creative to stay in the hunt for a championship this season. They can't afford to fall behind in a loaded Western Conference, and the front office knows this. Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' general manager, is likely working the phones behind the scenes to see what opportunities arise. But before we get into the specifics of who the Lakers could target, let's first take a step back and look at where the Lakers currently stand. We know that LeBron James is still playing at an MVP level, but time waits for no man, and LeBron's age means that he needs help on the court. Anthony Davis, despite being one of the best two-way players in the game, has had his fair share of injury woes. So, in order to keep the Lakers' title hopes alive, they need more than just their two superstars, especially as the team faces off against powerhouse teams like the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. That's where these trade rumors come in. The Lakers need a player who can fill a specific role, particularly someone who can contribute on both ends of the floor. That brings us back to the same need that's been plaguing the team for the last few seasons, a strong, defensive-minded wing who can knock down shots from the perimeter. We all know that LeBron can be a playmaker, but with a solid wing defender who can stretch the floor, it would take a massive load off of his shoulders. With that in mind, let's take a deeper look at the updated trade targets that have been circulating in the rumor mill. One player who has been on the Lakers' radar for a while is none other than OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. If you're unfamiliar with Anunoby, let me break it down for you. He's a 26-year-old forward who's known as one of the best defenders in the NBA. Not only does he have the ability to guard multiple positions, but his shooting has also become a lot more reliable, making him an ideal fit for the Lakers. He's a 3-and-D player who would slot perfectly into LA's system, especially with the Lakers' growing need for that kind of defensive versatility. Anunoby can guard the opposing team's best scorer, whether that's a Giannis Antetokounmpo, a Kawhi Leonard, or a Kevin Durant, and still provide spacing on the other end with his ability to knock down open threes. The Raptors are still holding on to him for now, but there are rumblings that Toronto might be willing to make a deal. The problem is, acquiring a player like Anunoby won't come cheap. The Lakers would likely have to give up a combination of future first-round picks, young players, and possibly some salary filler to make a trade like that work. But for a player of OG's caliber, it might be worth it. Another name that's been popping up in the Lakers' trade rumors is Jay Crowder. Now, this is a veteran player that the Lakers have long been interested in, and his skill set fits the need that the team has: tough defense, leadership, and the ability to hit timely three-pointers. Crowder is a bit of a wild card, though. While he's not the same player he was a few years ago, he's still got that playoff pedigree. He's a guy who can hit big shots in clutch moments and provides that physicality that the Lakers love. Remember, the Lakers have always excelled when they have tough players who aren't afraid to mix it up on both ends, and Crowder brings exactly that kind of intensity. His defense may not be elite like it was a few years ago, but he can still guard the opposing team's wings and forwards, and when he's hot, he can be a reliable floor spacer. Plus, he's got the veteran experience that could help guide some of the younger players on this Lakers squad. The issue with Crowder, though, is that he's been somewhat of a disappointment with the Milwaukee Bucks this season, which could make him a buy low option for the Lakers. If LA could bring him in for a reasonable price, perhaps as part of a package involving players like Malik Beasley or even some second-round picks, it could be a savvy move to add depth and experience to the roster. Then we have Matisse Thybulle, another name that's been linked to the Lakers recently. Thybulle is one of the best defensive players in the NBA, with an ability to lock down nearly anyone on the perimeter. If you've watched the Philadelphia 76ers over the past few seasons, you've seen Thybulle's impressive skills as a defender. The problem with Thybulle, however, is his offense. While his defense is absolutely elite, his offensive game is still very much a work in progress. His shooting has been inconsistent, and that's something that could limit his overall value to the Lakers, especially if they want a player who can contribute on both ends of the floor right away. However, given the Lakers' strong supporting cast players like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, there's a chance that LA could take a gamble on Thybulle and develop him into a more complete player. As a defensive specialist, he could instantly boost the Lakers' ability to guard some of the top wings in the Western Conference. If the Lakers could bring him in without giving up too much, say a mid-tier role player or a future second-round pick, it might be worth taking that risk. Then, of course, there's Bojan Bogdanovic from the Detroit Pistons. While he's more of an offensive-minded player, his skill set cannot be overlooked. Bogdanovic is an elite scorer, and he's one of the best shooters in the NBA. The Lakers have struggled with consistent scoring in certain stretches of the season, and a player like Bojan could help balance out the offense, especially when the team struggles to generate points outside of LeBron or AD. He's a bit of a liability on defense, but his scoring ability, especially as a catch-and-shoot player, could be the offensive spark that the Lakers need. The key here would be finding a way to acquire him without giving up too much, and the Pistons may be looking to rebuild, which could make them willing to move a player like Bojan for future assets. Now, when it comes to how the Lakers can pull off these trades, we have to consider the salary cap situation. The Lakers are currently in a position where they're already over the cap, so any trade will require careful maneuvering to match salaries. Players like Russell Westbrook, Malik Beasley, and D'Angelo Russell are all names that could be part of trade packages in order to bring in one of these targets. The Lakers would also likely have to part with draft picks to make these deals work, but they have several options to get creative in order to make these moves. The key here is balancing short-term success with long-term sustainability. If the Lakers can find a way to bring in one of these targets without getting their future, they'll be in a strong position to make a deep playoff run. So, Lakers Nation, what do you think? Do you agree with these trade targets? Who would you want to see wearing the purple and gold this season? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all things Lakers. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.